Sorry guys, I had an Amber Alert. Not an Amber Alert, but I guess it was a tornado alert because it's raining outside. But have them start getting into nutrition. Have them start learning about the earth and how to take care of the earth. Doing more humanitarian, egalitarian stuff. Have them start traveling to these other countries that we call first world countries, third world countries, whatever you want to call it. And go pick up some knowledge from them, because I'm telling you, for example, if America or really any other country that's so-called thriving were to have a solar storm, which is kind of like basically a blackout, nobody would know what to do. Because why? We have been programmed to rely that this system has to feed us. Last time I checked, wasn't our ancestors and them out here in the gardens doing stuff? Don't they know how to cook? Don't they know the herbs and the herbs' names? Right? The fruits and the vegetables, what we need. But we don't know this stuff no more, so we depend on a system to give us this stuff. And then we wonder why we have all these diseases. We don't know what these people are putting in this stuff. You don't even know what they put in your vitamins, yo. Are you with them while they're making it? Because half the stuff is not approved by the FDA. And that's another big issue. How on earth do we live with a system that it's okay and it's condoned to kill us and to poison us? Make it make sense. So why not you? Why would you not want to be the person to help bring change? Why would you not want to be the person to be the first in your family or the second in your family to actually leave a legacy behind where all of the generation has a trust fund and is set up in a way where it's progressive? Why would you not want to set yourself up for success? Why would you not want to learn who you truly are? Why would you want to be the same version of yourself you were 5 or 10 years ago or even yesterday? Why are you okay with being petty? Why are you okay with gossiping, yo? Why are you okay with mocking people and laughing and then turning around and saying, oh, I'm just joking? When in reality, it's just your own insecurities because something happened to you when you were younger and you haven't identified those issues to the degree you need to identify them with. So therefore, in your life, it's been programmed to say, oh, you can just do whatever you want to whoever and take it out on whatever. That's not how it works. So everyone's about to have to pay up. Everyone's about to have to pay up. No one's excluded from this. Nobody. All right? So I just wanted to come in collective and give y'all that quick message of why not me? Because Spirit is saying it's time to recover. So anyone out here who says, why me? It just has to do with the lack mindset of understanding the bigger picture of why you're here and the people you're involved with and what you're supposed to learn out of that particular situation you went through in order for you to say, why me? And I can say that with ease because I've been there and I've done that. I used to be that person. Why me? Why me? And I don't say that no more because I completely understand. Why not me? I want it to be me. I don't want to be stupid. I don't want to be in the dark. I don't want to be unawakened. I don't want to be a Ken or Barbie on the assembly line who's literally, I'm not even speaking for myself. My ego is speaking for me. That's my gatekeeper and my representative. Because now I can see past the gatekeepers and representatives because I've worked on my own gatekeeper and representative. Now I can see straight through to someone's soul and spirit. You want to know who you laying down with, ladies and gentlemen? You better start working. Because you got a lot of people out here who think they're fooling people. And some folks are out here fooling people. Because a lot of folks around here are just like them, being fooled. So be careful, collective, with how you move and how you operate, and not learning lessons that are imperative for you to learn in order for you to grow. Because everything you are is within not only yourself, but your child if you have children. So if your child is a certain way or doing certain things, look at yourself. Or if your child ends up attracting certain type of men or women as they get older, look at yourself. Look at all the things that you didn't work on for yourself in order to identify why you attracted the people you attracted, so you could stop the cycle, so you can then heal yourself, so you can teach that cycle to your child so they can know what to look out for, so they can be on high alert. We sending these children into the world stupid as hell. Stupid as hell. And then we wonder why these generations keep recycling the same nonsense of not having things in order. And there's all this chaos. Let's be real. It's time to do better. It's time to start making wiser decisions. Spirit wants me to go back on this whole celebrity thing, or the industry of which we hold to a high regard regarding entertainment. You need to ask yourself, do you want to continue? This may be a trigger to be a monkey in someone's show, just because of the amount it pays and the exposure. Those folks they have to have extra security 24/7 just to live. They don't even get to come out here with us and where they're equal just to be okay, because there is an illusion that they're better than us. There's an illusion that there's somebody else. They eat like we eat. They fart like we fart. They burp like we burp. They sneeze like we sneeze. They cough like we cough. They take a shit like we take a shit. They smell like we smell. Breath or whatever. Underarms or whatever. You know what I mean? They don't always look glamorous all the time. They're not always happy they're just like us. But we live in an illusion because a system has been created to hold a certain amount of purpose in this box. And you have to climb up this ladder, and only certain people get in this box. When you get in the box, there's this whole contract agreement that comes with it. That's crazy. We have to start thinking about the more in-depth part of our lives and what's going on around us, and be more aware. We have to start reading and thinking for ourselves, right? Because everything that has been taught to us and manipulated to be taught to us is not what it is. And that's especially what religious information and textbooks that goes with that. Especially in education. We see all the time, all they talking about is Christopher Columbus, which everyone knows that motherfucker was a fraud. Even if he existed, he was a fraud. You know what I mean? Do you really know if that person is real? How will we really know? They told us he was real. But do we know if he was really real? Do you know? Are you able to actually tap into your Akashic records? Are y'all able to go to different dimensions to tap into that real source energy to know? Or are you just being told something and believing it? It's no different from how someone can tell you something about someone and you believe it, but you don't know if it's true or not. And guess what you do? You start judging them or thinking you know them. And when you're around them, you over here looking crazy, but you don't know. You only know what they allowed you to know. And there's a difference between someone sharing something that is real about a person, but 9 times out of 10, if you are not awakened, you in some real low toxic vibrations. All right. So why not you? Is because it's time to stop enabling everyone. It's time to stop enabling what we do and how we do it. It's time to stop enabling that so we can grow and take accountability. So we can stop, drop, and roll up out of a situation, a place, person, or thing that does not serve you. Stop looking for an instant gratification or easy way out. I don't know why this is coming to me, but some of y'all want to be married so bad. For what? For what? Do you really understand why you want to be married? Or is it because the system that told you, you're a woman, you're a man, you have to be married by this time. If you're not, then this, that, and third. Then you're not, you messed up. You're not where you're supposed to be. Half y'all may not be attracting the people you need to attract because you ain't did the internal work. Have you done the internal work? Have you rooted that back to your true family and how that affected you and who you are? Do you even really know who you are? Have you allowed yourself to be vulnerable with yourself so you can hold people in your family, whether parents, siblings, whatever, or yourself accountable for actions, places, and things that have happened? Have you taken time out to heal that, to hear what it is? Because when you really start to grow and evolve in yourself, which starts the process for awakening ascension, you're going to realize there's many voices and many things going on inside of you. So you have to first identify that and be able to say, oh, that is what's going on. And then you have to learn how to go through the process of breaking down what that energy is. Because then you're going to start to realize who's talking and why that energy is talking. And if it's even your energy that's talking to begin with. See, that's why we have what we have in the world today. And that's why the system is designed to keep us suppressed. That's why happy hour is the thing to do. That's why people can't wait for Friday. Why you can't wait for Venus Day? Every day is beautiful. You telling me that we are so mentally far gone that you can't wait till Friday? Well, maybe it's because you living in the matrix and society and a system that's corrupt and got you out here living and being in a job you don't really want to be in. And your whole purpose is maybe to go be an artist, or to go teach over there in Ghana somewhere. You know what I mean? Or to go show your arts differently, or to be a singer. Maybe your job is to be honest about what you went through childhood and go educate other children in the community or people around you in the community so they don't have to go through it, or they can identify someone else has gone through it. Maybe it's not all about the money. Maybe the focus of life is wrong. Maybe your focus is wrong. Again, take it how it applies, but Spirit says it applies to everyone, so everyone can have recovery. You want a new life, you can have it. But Spirit is saying right now, for those who choose to continue doing what they've been doing, knowing that Spirit's been trying to get your attention to go in a new direction, but you listen to ego because you want what you want so bad, because you've been programmed to think this is how you have to get it, you're not going to get it. It's going to take you a long time to realize that you're not going to get it. And if you do get it, Spirit's not going to let you be happy with what you have, because by the time you get it, whatever you did it for, because you really did it for yourself, but sometimes people think they're doing it for other people, they're not going to care. Because what they really needed and cared about and what they needed from you, you didn't give it to them, because you were so busy trying to impress society. You were so busy trying to make history. You wanted to be a part of his story instead of creating your own. All right. So I don't know why Spirit is bringing up broken homes right now, but that's because we all come from usually a broken home. But there are some people in the world that have really turned themselves around, or in healthy unions, that they're undoing that curse. So shout out to them. They just brought up the Ellises. So if you guys aren't familiar with Kadeem and Deval Ellis, check them out. You know, they just brought up, is it Bell Leaf Fatherhood? Check them out on YouTube. Those are 2 YouTube channels, if I'm not mistaken. They're both on YouTube. You know, and nobody's saying they're perfect. But if you want to look at a foundation that's being set intentionally, and then being intentional about how they move out in these streets, and being consciously aware of stuff, and not being in denial about generational curses or about certain things and how they move, or gender roles, or whatever the case is, go check them out. Because those foundations are going to help you see that, it's way more than what it is. And a lot of us out here want healthy relationships and want to be in love so bad. Baby, you don't even know how to love yourself. You don't know how to like yourself. First, start there. You want a husband or a wife so bad? Well, maybe you need to start with yourself. Be a husband and a wife to your own feminine, masculine energy with them, because they feel away. Maybe that's why they're saying, no, I'm not going to let you go out here and get us in some crazy ass union with someone to build another generational curse and legacy with them. For what? You already have gone through it yourself. You're in denial. Sit down and be quiet. That's how the energy is talking to me right now. Whoever needs to hear this is real, some intense directness. It's very assertive. And it's because of the times we're living in. This is not a joke. That's the problem. We live in a world where everything has to be humorous to lighten up the craziness we live in, but that's the problem too. When are we going to just live in what the truth is and deal with it and heal it, so then we can get out of the craziness, so we don't have to pretend to lighten up, and then we can actually be light. Make that make sense too, huh? But either way, collective, that is my time. I love you guys. Again, I'm MC 5D Astrology and Tarot. Make sure you subscribe, like, share the channel, turn on those post notification button or the bell. Yeah, ring the bell like this. Ring the bell. But anyways, I hope these messages got to whoever they needed to get to. You know, everyone is in a season of being accountable. And everyone's in a season, you're not going to be able to get away with what you used to get away with. You're just not. And if you think you are, continue on. Because like I always say, karma has everyone's address. And guess who gave them the address? Your God did. Your divine did. Your Allah did. So who you really mad at when things happen to you? When you start to say, why me? Because Spirit said, you asked me to help you. So why not you? You don't remember? It's time to wake up and remember. It's time to wake up and get out of this illusion. Some of you guys are in a job you just really don't like. Spirit just said, if you really are truly that unhappy, be okay with taking. It's not a loss, it's a lesson. That's one less burden and one less soul in the matrix that they have to kill. So what if you have to go through some obstacle courses to really get where you are? If you have a support system or some type of help, there's somebody out there or something out there that's going to help you. It's about the illusion of letting go of what you had and keeping up this impression, keeping up this, reputation because of what other people have around you. If you don't let that go, you're going to continue to suffer in silence. So kudos to that. Good luck on that. Some of you guys are suffering in silence when it comes to just love in general. You say you want it, Spirit is saying. Let me split the deck. Gossip in reverse. You don't know how to communicate. You are contradicting the prayers you put out in the universe by your actions and what you do on earth in action. Make it make sense. And it's because you're not aware of who you truly are inside. You're in delusion. But Spirit is saying some of you guys, they've sent you some people around you to show you who you are. And deep down, Spirit is saying, you know who you are. Do the work, because you're only going to hurt yourself. Why keep hurting yourself and then want to project that other people are hurting you? You're doing it to yourself because you're your own choices. Period. You want a better life? If you want a real authentic life, you can have it. It may not be in the way that society told you, what you brainwashed yourself to believe because of how society has groomed all of us. But the divine is saying, if whatever I promised to you, I'm going to give to you. You can have it. So go get it. Go be in it. But either way, collective, it's time to start healing. And look at this, beautiful. And this says completion. I just split the deck, and you see she's at a graveyard with flowers, and there's energy behind her, and she's in black, and there's brown. Look at Mother Nature. The sun's rising. Completion. This is what? Oh, sacral chakra. So a lot of you guys are going to be going through a lot of rebirth processes, death processes, but I feel like, I don't know, something about a pregnancy. And pregnancy means many things. It may not mean a physical pregnancy, but it just means an old version of yourself that no longer exists in order to bring in something new that you've been praying for. But this could actually be an actual, parting of ways. There's no such thing as death. It's just a new beginning. That's a video for another time, because that goes really deep into how we've been taught about death. Shout out to my Uncle C, by the way. He has some amazing books. Do I have it here? Hold on. Let me promote his stuff real quick. Hold on. So my uncle writes amazing books. I hate this ring light is on it, but you can cop this off of Amazon if I'm not mistaken. But this is called Changing the Language of Death. This is one of his books. So if anyone is going through something where you haven't lost a loved one, it's just being able to understand how energy takes on different shapes or forms. But society has taught us a completely different version of what it is when we leave here. So that's why a lot of people are sad and upset. But this book could really help you. And then there's another book that he wrote. It's called Meditation, Exhaling the Lord's Prayer. All right. So I know the ring light's on it. Just excuse the ring light, but okay. But I believe all of these are on Amazon if I'm not mistaken. But if you look up the name, and it's by Charles E. Smith, chaplain Charles E. Smith, and U.S. Army retired, you'll be able to find these books. But some of you guys need to go cop these books. Especially if you're going through any type of transformation with someone, a loved one. This is going to help you understand the language of a new beginning, which language of death, and then just the meditation in it. So shout out to my Uncle C, by the way. I call him Uncle C. But either way, completion. And this is also about letting go, because I have rejection right underneath this. So this is about letting go of a paradigm that doesn't serve us anymore. And it goes hand in hand with everything we've been talking about. Why not you? Everyone has to go through a cycle. So you can either make it hard on yourself, or you can either make it good on yourself. And what I'm seeing here is this person in the background, that's actually the person in the grave, right? And you see this energy right here, that's like I'm getting like a guide or an angel or an ascended teacher on the other side, showing this person. It's like we're showing this person the results of their actions and what is left behind when the people on earth regarding your family members don't do what they're supposed to do for the better greatness of the family. So y'all got to be careful out here in these streets with who you marry, why you marry them, who you laying down with, who you having children with. But most importantly, what are y'all doing as a unit to make sure the generations underneath you have something to continue on without having to struggle and try to find a way or make a way to be the first to do something? This is also about regret of not doing things the way you needed to do and having to see and watch from afar what's going on earth. But this is also what I'm getting is just an ancestor on the other side wanting to let her know or him know, I'm okay, you're gonna be okay. But it's all about how we look at transitions. But always know completion is always a good thing. And the fact that this is sacral energy, that's all about the creative energy within us. The sacral chakra is below your navel. So that's sexual energy, that's creative energy. And as you see, sexual energy is allowing us to create more beings on earth. So Spirit is saying, y'all better be asking these folks, what's your blood type? You know, what's your spirit and soul like? You need to be asking these folks some really deep spiritual, emotional questions outside of the fact that they look good or the fact that they have a good job or they appear to have this or appear to have that, because you're laying down with some ugly souls, Spirit is saying. And that's why some of y'all are like this. Stop. Yeah, release. And they're at another gravesite. So again, this reminds me of the Judgment card. So judgments, again, choice. Everyone has a choice. You know what you need to do. You know what you need to do. Are you going to be afraid to take that journey and walk it alone? Or are you going to do it? Because it's a complete sucking of your soul in order to really nurture it and fill it up with what it needs to be nurtured with. You got to release expectations, release control, release addictions. You got to release these demons within you. You got to heal your feminine, masculine energy, your divine child within you. You got to start listening to your shadow and letting your shadow talk. You got to attune your higher self with your shadow. You got to go through the dark night and the light night of the soul and put that in balance. You got to learn how to activate all your chakras so you can tap into the third chakra. So you can tap into your own Akashic records and remember who you really are and why you're here. And stop pretending. But you got to release, collective. Release. And be okay with walking away. I don't care who it is, what it is. Somebody, I don't know why a job keeps coming up. Maybe a lot of the collective is going through a transformation of figuring out what their next move is going to be and how they're going to do it and why they're going to do it. Because that's coming up real heavy. Real heavy. Some of you guys, and this may be a trigger too, because the sacral came out, figuring out if you want to keep a child, or in the sense of, I think it's more for women. Waking up, what I'm getting is realizing that I'm not going to continue to bring a child into this earth because they're already dead when they come into this earth, because I was dead when I came into this earth, because I had to work on myself and do all these things to heal. That's why a lot of women, especially millennials, you don't see them so in a rush to get married, or, you know, some of them are cool, and love is a beautiful thing. So, you know, it's not a bash on that, but a lot of people in general, especially women, are just waking up to healing themselves into realizing that they don't need a man, they want one. So when you want one, that's a completely different type of energy. So if you feel needed, that means that's a different type of energy. That's more of the codependency. I need you to need me. No, I only need myself. And if you mirror good energy back to me and we vibing right, then I'm going to want to be around you. So that's the whole thing. That's why some people can't be by themselves and they have multiple people they have to run back to, and, you know, all this other stuff. And Spirit is bringing up people who always keep their black book open, which meaning they just keep those people there, you know, just in case something happens with that person, so they feel that they have someone to go back to. That goes from low self-esteem, not feeling love, not being loved growing up, codependency, abandonment issues, you know, psychological issues. It goes real deep. You just broken. You don't want to be with broken people like that. You don't want to attract broken people like that. So be careful, collective, who you out here giving your time and energy to, because some of these folks, you don't need to. You need to be giving it back to yourself, you know? And if someone doesn't see you for who you truly are, don't go chase them. because they running after something else as you chasing after them, and they chasing after something else as you running after them. Just be still. Like I always talk about, be still, and that's going to show you on this track and field who else is standing still, because that's the energy that you need. You don't need someone who's going to always run when things get hard, or run away from real conversation or emotional depth conversation or from spiritual conversation. You don't want someone who's going to run away from their own spirit. Okay? So be that change you want to see and work on yourself, and you're going to start to attract a brand new paradigm of people. You're going to start to attract healthier people that are more in alignment with you because of the work you've done within yourself. Period. Now, I did not expect the first video to get cut, but as you see, the storm kind of subsided. You see how the nature work. So I guess, why me? Episode 2 is going to be a part 1, part 2. All right. So my time has come to a new beginning, because we don't have endings over here, but it was a pleasure collective chopping it up with you, catching a vibe with you. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it here with you guys. Continue to soar and grow. Again, we're here for a much bigger purpose. A much bigger purpose. All right. Until next time, collective, I love you. Again, I'm MC5D Astrology and Tarot, and I will check you out in another episode sooner than later. Y'all take care. Bye.